how VVIP Navjot Singh Sidhu tried to get away literally with murder. Just before the hearing, Navjot Singh Sidhu, through his lawyer, urged the court not to punish him further by sending him to jail. He said that a lenient view must be taken considering his impeccable political and sporting career, the philanthropic work that he's done, the social welfare, and how he has helped the needy. So he should have a lenient punishment. Let me go across to some of our viewers. We are asking you a simple question here on Times Now. Do you think VIP Sidhu got away easy? You can call and share your thoughts at the number there flashing at the bottom of your screens. First caller calling us, our viewer Sarvesh from Bengaluru. Go ahead, Sarvesh. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is where our criminal justice needs to be rectified. Where a person has died and the system punishes him for just, for 1 year rigorous imprisonment and 1,000 rupees of fine. That would be 1,000 rupees would be probably cost of one meal of Mr. Sidhu. So this is where we need to rectify and make an exemplary punishment so that it will deter others from committing such mistakes.
Absolutely.
And we should also make sure that, these politicians...
You've made a very valid point. Thank you for joining us. Rajiv is also joining us. Sarvesh, our viewer, says that this is a sorry state of our criminal justice system. Let me go across to Rajiv, our viewer calling us from Mumbai. Go ahead, Rajiv.
Yeah, I see. This is mockery of justice. He should be behind bars for at least 10 years and should be fined for not less than 10 lakh rupees. This is nonsense.
Okay.
I mean, anybody will just go and back and kill somebody and they say, okay, 1,000 rupees in 1 year, I'll do it.
Well, of course, we abide by the Supreme Court's wisdom in it, but there are several of our viewers who feel that perhaps just 1 year jail term and only 1,000 rupees fine may be letting him off a bit easy. So let me go across to Kamal, who's joining us, our reporter, right outside Navjot Singh Sidhu's residence. Kamal, वहाँ पर क्या आपको दिख रहा है? नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू क्या अभी घर पे है?
नहीं मैम, अभी पहले सुबह तो उन्होंने पहला रैली निकाली थी, पर अभी जो मैंने देखा वहाँ पे कोई भी नहीं है अभी घर पे।
अच्छा, उनकी फैमिली, उनकी बीवी, उनका पता है क्या वो भी घर पे है? कोई है अभी घर पे?
मैम क्योंकि अभी मैं वहीं पे लोकेशन पे गया था, तब वहाँ पे वो कोई भी नहीं था, गेट उनका जो बंद था। तो अभी मैं जो उनके जिन्होंने पिटीशन डाली है उनके वहाँ जा रहा था।
जी, आपने अभी लोगों से बात की है क्योंकि वो वहां के विधायक है. ही इज समवन हु इज अ वेरी सीनियर लीडर ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी एज वेल. वो भी 30 साल पुराने केस में आज उनका कन्विक्शन हुआ है. 1 साल वो जेल पे जाएंगे. कमल
जी मैम.
कमल, नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू क्या सरेंडर करेंगे? अभी उनको जेल जाना पड़ेगा 1 साल के लिए. एनी मिनट नाउ वो सरेंडर कर सकते हैं. वो क्या करने वाले हैं?
मैम अभी तो कुछ उनका यहाँ पे है या नहीं है ये कंफर्म नहीं है. वो कंफर्म करके फिर मैं पता करके आपको बताता हूँ मैम.
जी, थैंक यू सो मच. Kamal is getting us this live report from right outside Navjot Singh Sidhu's residence. Naveen Chomal is joining us, a very senior lawyer. Thank you so much, Mr. Chomal, for taking out time. How would you react to this sentencing which has come out? Navjot Singh Sidhu, in a 30-year-old case, gets 1 year of jail term and only 1,000 rupees of fine for allegedly butchering this man, clubbing him to death.
All I can say is too late and too little. Our judiciary is now under scanner of the public. Ultimately, public of the country is supreme in the democracy. So even Supreme Court is not supreme. Kindly appreciate in the cases of culpable homicide not amounting to murder, the average range of sentence which is awarded to people is around 3 years, 5 years. So why so special concession to Mr. Sidhu? So I think the Supreme Court should be answerable to the public at large, because there is outrage in the public and everybody's heart. Maybe some politicians may be carefully wording themselves and not going against Supreme Court's verdict. But a common man and as a person of the legal fraternity, having put 27 years in the criminal practice, I would say that 1 year's imprisonment is too late. And doesn't Supreme Court know? And what about Supreme Court sentence of just 1,000 rupees fine which they had given the 4-5 years back to him? So this is absolutely shameful, and I think Supreme Court should awaken, because the public is very unhappy with the Supreme Court on various counts. So Sidhu, and that too Sidhu is trying to say that I have got an impeccable record in the field of sports and politics. Well, he was a good sportsman, no doubt about it, and he may be a good comedian also. But what about a politician? As a citizen, he is going to Pakistan, embracing our enemies, Mr. Bajwa and Bhaijan Imran Khan, and then he is serving to the nation. I think on that count also, court should not have shown any leniency to Mr. Sidhu.
Right.
So ultimately,
absolutely, and which is why we're asking the people of this country what they feel about this particular verdict that has come to the fore from the Supreme Court. Has Navjot Singh Sidhu gotten away easy just because he went on to the court to say and talk about his glorious cricket career to escape jail? Is that something that perhaps let him off easy? That's the question we're asking here on Times Now, and the numbers are flashing at the bottom of your screens. Do pick up your phone and call us and share your views. If this was an Aam Aadmi, would the same sentence be accorded to that person as well? And Basant from Bengaluru is with us on this broadcast, I believe. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Good afternoon. This is a verdict which is too late, too sad and too bad. The family has stayed with the anguish, the frustration, and the case has gone on for 30 years. And is a career or is political election, is it any reason that it can drag on for so many years? In fact, there's one wrestler now in jail. Will he get the same treatment? He also killed somebody. I mean,
absolutely. And will he surrender now that the sentence has been actually accorded, or is he going to find more legal recourses? That also remains to be seen. Praveen from Gulbarga is also with us on this broadcast. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Meghna. Like, my limited point was, like, people may say that it's a sigh of relief for the, petitioner or the victim side, right? You have to think in this way, like, what if he made a CM of Punjab? Like, he was very close contention for the CM post from his party, right? What if a chance, like, his party came to power and then he made a CM? Like, what would have been a scenario then, if this, judgment came after he becoming a CM? So you have to think as a society, the delayed manner in which our system goes on for the cases like this. So we have to revisit those things. It's a collective effort of whole the system and administration. Yeah, that's what I my limited point.
Right. Thank you so much for calling in, Praveen. Murthy from Bengaluru is also with us on this broadcast. Murthy, do you think Navjot Singh Sidhu has gotten off easy with just 1 year in jail?
Absolutely. If you ask me, it is a mockery of Indian judicial system. The entire world is laughing at us judicial, process. If you ask me, 1 year, that too after 30 plus years, and a paltry fine of just 1,000, it's absolutely a mockery. Nothing else but mockery. Here justice delayed, we know that justice is denied. But here justice delayed it's absolutely denied in this case. Say for example, if Sidhu is jailed even for 1 year, okay, he goes to jail for 1 year. That guy is thinking rich here. Come on, there are a lot of, in jail manual you have a lot of concessions for good deeds. He will avail those concessions, number one. And he's going to lead a lavish lifestyle in the jail as well, because he's got a lot of money. So where is the question of, he's going to lead a life that of, as good as at his home.
Right.
So Indian judiciary is absolutely a laughing stock, if you ask me. It's a laughing stock in the entire world. You have to wake up right away. People are watching you. People are questioning you. You are under complete scrutiny. It's absolutely.
कोर्ट ने कहा है कि हम नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू को 1 साल की RI रिगरस इम्प्रिजनमेंट का आदेश देते हैं। सामने देख के
कब तक उनको सरेंडर करना होगा?
देखिए जी, ये अभी ऑर्डर अपलोड हो जाएगा, पर एज पर दी प्रैक्टिस एंड प्रोसीजर इन सुप्रीम कोर्ट, वंस योर पिटीशन रिव्यू हैज बीन अलाउड, you have to surrender and comply with the order.
Sir, what is his legal recourse? Does he have a legal remedy?
He, as of now, he has to go to jail. He has to surrender and go to jail. To answer आपके एक सवाल का जवाब, क्या उनके पास लीगल रेमेडी है? वो एक क्यूरेटिव पिटीशन है, वो क्यूरेटिव डाल सकते हैं जी कि जो 5 जजों के पास जाएगी, 3 जज सर्टिफाई करेंगे वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह। तो दैट इज द ओनली रेमेडी जो कि उनको जिसको कहते हैं क्यूरेटिव, पर वो रेमेडी इज वेरी वेरी रेयरली एक्सरसाइज, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट रेयरली एक्सरसाइजेस दैट।
तो सीधा माना जाए कि सिद्धू आप फिलहाल जेल जाएंगे, सुप्रीम कोर्ट आज जेल जाएंगे।
आप सीधा माने या टेढ़ा माने, बात यह है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद अब उनको 1 साल की आरआई के लिए जेल जाना पड़ेगा।
आज क्या जेल जाएंगे? आज जेल की सलाह को पीछे होंगे।
देखिए, मैं इनिशियल जो केस था वो ट्रायल कोर्ट ने बरी कर दिया, हाई कोर्ट ने उनको पनिशमेंट एनहांस कर दी, उनको कहा 3 साल के लिए अंदर जाइए। वहां वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में आए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में आने के बाद उन्होंने यहाँ पे उनकी जस्टिस चलमेश्वर और जस्टिस कौल के बेंच ने उनकी अपील मंजूर कर ली, और अपील मंजूर करके उन्होंने कहा कि ये 323 का केस है और 1000 रुपया जुर्माना दे के छोड़ दिया। उस फैसले के बरखिलाफ हमने रिव्यू पिटीशन डाला, जिस रिव्यू पिटीशन में ये फैसला आज आया है, जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि इनको 1 साल रिगरस इम्प्रिजनमेंट देनी होगी। जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात है जो मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता हूं, जो पहली जजमेंट थी वो जस्टिस चलमेश्वर और जस्टिस कौल की थी। जो आज रिव्यू में जजमेंट आई है, वो ऑथर ऑफ दैट जजमेंट इज अगेन जस्टिस कौल विद जस्टिस खानविलकर। सो दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट point that the justice call was on the review bench also.
ठीक है,
मेरा नाम सुधीर वालिया।
सर हमारे साथ सर आप ये कह रहे हैं, आराम से भाई, आराम से सर आप ये कह रहे हैं तो फिलहाल उनको जेल जाना पड़ेगा आज?
जी हाँ, उनको जेल
में बैठ के उनको क्यूरेटिव फाइल कर सकते हैं?
हाँ।
अच्छा।
हमारे साथ
So this was Advocate Sudhir Walia, who was appearing for the victim of for the victims. Yes, so this was
right. That was Harish there getting us the latest reaction from the lawyer of what exactly transpired in court. It is very clear that Navjot Singh Sidhu will have to go to jail. From there, of course, he...
I won't react like this. I won't react. Please wait.
1 year jail to Sidhu.
You're not waiting here. This is the problem.
एक मिनट आप लाइन अप कर लीजिए।
I will speak one by one. Please just come together.
एक बारी सब लोग।
We all have a summit. I don't think others would come because they are taking his bike.
Okay, now I'm giving first on Tata's Mistri, and I'll give on Sidhu. If you don't move, if you don't move from here.
Sorry, sir. Can you please give one?
Rohan, you've done nothing organized.
So मैंने करा।
नहीं, you don't seem to have done.
Actually, we were on.
Well, you keep moving ahead. How will it work? Please stay here.
यहीं रुक।
Why are you not?
Okay, ठीक है. We are staying here. We are here.
I will speak 4 times. I will speak 4 times. I will speak in English and Hindi on Tata, then English and Hindi on Sidhu. Please don't interrupt because you are hurting other people.
Fine, sir. Whenever you want, you can start.
Yeah. If you allow me to.
Fine.
अब बोले नहीं, मैं 4 बोल रहा हूँ, 2 इंग्लिश हिंदी टाटा की, 2 इंग्लिश हिंदी सिद्धू की। अब बोलिए पंकज,
We are ready. Whenever you.
अब मैं शुरू कर रहा हूँ भाई। अरे सब आगे जाएंगे सर उनको। आइए, आप आगे आते रहेंगे तो होगा नहीं।
आप एक भाई।
You have not organized anything, Rohan.
मैंने करा तो सर।
उनको बोले जल्दी, फिर वो अलग आएंगे ना पूछने फिर बाद। 1 सेकंड और रुकिए, अलग नहीं चाहता।
Hello.
अलग आएंगे ना फिर।
That is senior counsel there, Advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who will just in a short while from now will be briefing us on what exactly transpired in court. But for now, we can tell our viewers that Navjot Singh Sidhu will be going to jail. He has been slapped with a 1,000 rupee fine as well, and just 1 year in jail with rigorous imprisonment. Is that enough for causing the death of a 65-year-old man 31 years ago? That's the question not just the family of the victims, but also the people of this country are asking. We are taking your calls live here on Times Now. The numbers are flashing at the bottom of your screens. Did Navjot Singh Sidhu get off easy because he went on to talk about his glorious cricketing career and his philanthropic work in court? Is that something that was taken into account? And would the same apply to any common citizen of this country? That's the question we're asking here on Times Now. And Krishnamurthy from Chennai, one of our viewers, is with us. Yes, sir, go ahead. Gurudat from Bengaluru is also with us on this broadcast. Mr. Gurudat, please go ahead.
Madam, at least, even though it is very delayed, in our country at least some justice has come. Whether he is a VIP, a cricketer, whatever it may be, he has murdered one man. It is very, very, very pathetic. We are happy at least 1 year vigorous improvement has been imposed. That is very happy, madam.
Right, thank you so much for calling in. These visuals on your screens are from outside Navjot Singh Sidhu's residence. He does have a legal recourse. He can file a curative petition, but only after he surrenders. So for now, he will have to present himself before the police and surrender. And any time now, we could be expecting Navjot Singh Sidhu to come out of his residence and walk over to the police station to serve his 1 year rigorous imprisonment for the 1988 road rage case. Urmil from Chandigarh and Ram Gopal from Hyderabad is also with us on this broadcast. Mr. Ram Gopal, go ahead.
Sentences are reimposed, or a sentence is reimposed. The power is there for some patent error. Apparently the Supreme Court has found that. I think a fuller and a more comprehensive comment will have to await a detailed study of the judgment. Remedies open to Mr. Sidhu will naturally be exercised in accordance with law, whether it is curative petitions or other petitions. Given the long point of time when the whole thing was put to a quietus, a reopening by way of sentence is rather unusual, and I think there will be all legal recourse available taken in that respect. It would be wrong to go into details at this stage because the judgment has to be analyzed and studied.
Sir, what is the legal remedy? Sir, what is the legal remedy? And today will he have to go to jail?
You're not here. You're not listening. That means that you're not listening. जहाँ तक सिद्धू केस का सवाल है, मैं ये स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूँ कि ये बहुत अपवाद होता है, बहुत कभी-कभी होता है, बहुत रेयर होता है कि फौजदारी मुकदमे में सेंटेंस के विषय में पुनर्विचार हो. इस बार हुआ है. जाहिर है उच्चतम न्यायालय को लगा कि कई गलतियां हैं. मैं समझता हूं निर्णय को ध्यान से विश्लेषण करने के बाद जो रेमेडीज हैं वो की जाएंगी, चाहे वो हल हो एक क्यूरेटिव पिटिशन का, चाहे वो हल हो और प्रकार की याचिकाओं का. लेकिन इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं कि ये इतना पुराना मामला है जिसमें मामले सब स्पष्ट हो गए थे और स्थिर हो गए थे. उसमें वापस अगर ये सेंटेंस का मुद्दा खुला है तो अपवाद तो निश्चित होता है, लेकिन उच्चतम न्यायालय के निर्णय को ध्यान से विश्लेषण करना पड़ेगा.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू सो मच सर. थैंक यू.
Aditya Singh, lawyer, also now joins us on this broadcast to put this in perspective of what this really means and what perhaps went on for the Supreme Court to actually downgrade both the charges that Sidhu faces or is found guilty of and the punishment as well. The Punjab and Haryana High Court awarded him 3 years in jail. He was also held guilty of culpable homicide not amounting to murder, but the Supreme Court now has only spoken of causing hurt voluntarily and reduced that jail term to 1 year.
Well, I do feel that this case requires more serious consideration. Clearly, the facts of the record are very clear that it is a road rage death. This is not a hit and run. This is not a case of negligence. Here, it is about hitting a 65-year-old senior citizen on the head and ultimately him dying. So as far the record goes, the Supreme Court had once, made an observation that there was no clear evidence, that the death was caused by a single blow. But the point is that the 1 year term of imprisonment, of course, Sidhu deserves to go to jail if he go by the facts. But then the 1 year term of imprisonment is a little too less. Because when a hit and run case, we have seen Alistair Pereira, we have seen the case of Salman Khan, where the Sessions Court had committed Salman to 5 years and then he was acquitted by High Court. But the point is for the road rage, in fact, road rage cases in my opinion deserve severe sentencing. Road rage is an epidemic across the country. It is an instinctive reaction of a human being. It's a provocation. And I do feel that on the other charges, Sidhu must deserve certainly a sterner and more severe conviction.
Right, Mr. Singh, would you believe that for over 3 decades, this family has awaited justice? It is really rubbing salt on their wounds with just 1 year in jail and 1,000 rupee fine. Is that the price that has now been put on this 65-year-old man's life?
No, this is shocking. In fact, to be honest, this is why a lot of people get disillusioned with the justice system of the country. It's like, that is why if you see, this is yet another example of how the common man feels that he has not received justice. Today, with all due respect, I understand the matter sub judice, and any detailed opinion would require one to consider, because ultimately we'll have to study the judgment of the court in detail. But in my opinion, is that if for a road rage case, if in a road rage case, Navjot Sidhu is given punishment which is even below that of a hit and run, then I think the case requires serious reconsideration on merits.
Right, Aditya Singh, thank you so much for speaking with us here on Times Now and putting that in perspective. The political fight, of course, over this is also escalating, with the BJP now putting the onus on the Congress party to expel and remove Navjot Singh Sidhu from their party ranks. Times Now will be speaking to all stakeholders. We'll also be trying to track down Navjot Singh Sidhu. He is expected to surrender any time now. Will that happen? We'll, of course, keep a track of that. But a quick break, back in just 2 minutes.